In this video, I'm going to talk about the method that I actually use to rank websites, the step-by-step process on how to get them to climb up the search engines. Doesn't matter what type of website it is, can work on e-commerce sites, info-based sites, it can be on AdSense sites, it can be on blogs, it can be on info product sites, any variety of things. This method I'll go through. I mentioned the different tools that we use. There's quite a few different tools that we use. A lot of the things that we use and I'll recommend, we actually use, tested everything out, and some of it you can actually do by hand. You don't necessarily need to buy every tool that we recommend, but the tool really is there. We use it to speed it up and automate the process of what you're doing, because once you start to do things at scale, when you're trying to do things by hand, it's very difficult to be doing some of the things that we're doing, especially with the advanced techniques. The important thing I just wanted to mention just before getting into the actual method and the strategy is the idea of focus and how important that is, and understanding why it is that we're doing what it is that we're doing. You know, it's very easy to just put up different websites and build blog networks and, you know, go out and social bookmark things and distribute articles, but unless you've got a primary focus for what it is that you're doing, you know, there's no point in just putting up a page or bookmarking something for bookmarking's sake. You want to understand that you've got a money site, and that's not what this course is about. This is assuming you've already got a pre-existing business, and with that pre-existing business, what do you do to get that website to rank and get the most out of it? So let's pretty much get stuck into it. I've got a few notes here because it's quite in depth, and you know the process that I do go through, so you might see me referring to those. But the first thing that I think we need to look at is we'll start off with in fact, I'm going to shuffle this down because it's probably going to take up a little bit more space than that. The first thing, obviously, at the centre of everything that we're going to talk about is we've got our money site. And the money site is, again, that primary site. This is the site that we're looking to rank. And I'm assuming that you've already done the basic keyword research and you understand what your primary keyword is that you're targeting. And, you know, I don't want to go through keyword selection and all that sort of thing. But also you've got some internal pages, and some of these internal pages will have secondary keywords associated to them as well. So assuming that that's already done, what is the method that I go through to rank websites? Now, this method has been used countless times and has ranked quite a lot of websites in getting #1 positioning. It really is a very sound method based on a lot of knowledge over a lot of years. So the first thing that we'll talk about, a great place to start, is publishing on e-zine articles. E-zine articles is a great way to start any SEO method, and typically what I do is the way this method starts, the way it starts is you really do need a step-by-step plan. I'm not going to necessarily give exact specifics, like saying you will need to publish 7 articles on e-zine articles, or you will need to bookmark 100 sites, or whatever the case may be. I won't give you particulars to that. I'll give you a range, mainly because the way search engines work, there is no hard and fast rule. There's general rules of thumb that we follow, and you know, we want to make sure that we're not leaving any footprint that anyone can follow. We're trying to replicate what happens in nature. So the first thing that we look at, obviously, is this first part here. I use as e-zine articles, and what I'll do is I'll get some articles written. Now this really is your best content. Typically what I'll do is, let's say you've got an information based product or something like that, take the product, break it up into pieces, actually get a writer. I'll bid it out onto places like Rent-A-Coda, Elance, there's a few other different article writing services out there. Need an article, I'll bid these jobs out to people to get them to take either my content and cut it up into pieces, or I'll get unique articles written. Again, this e-zine articles being a sort of a premium article directory, you really do want to be submitting your best stuff there. And so we start off and we've got e-zine articles, and usually what we do for e-zine articles, I'll do anywhere from sort of, to start off my SEO campaign, I'll do anywhere from 10 to 15 articles based on e-zine articles. And then obviously in the resource box they enable you to link back to your website. Typically I'll be linking back not only with the primary URL of the website, so www.yourdomain.com, and also in the resource box they allow you to put 1 or 2 keywords as well. So you'll find I link these articles back to the main site, and I'll also have some of the secondary keywords linked to from within the resource box using the anchor text for the whatever keyword I'm trying to rank. I'll link that into these internal websites, as these internal pages as well. So e-zine articles is a great place to start, and I mentioned Rent-A-Coda and Elance, they're the main ones. Also I use if I am writing it myself or getting one of the team to do it, there's another program that we look at which is called Instant Article Wizard, and that just sort of helps you find content to piece together articles. But that's the first place that you want to start. Next thing, the next level of my marketing method, or the SEO method, is more mass. See, this is more, I suppose, hand done. It's very close to your money site. We always want to protect our money site. We don't do anything, controversial or anything like that. The next step after that is going for a slightly wider reach, and it's submitting through to other article directories. And submitting through to the other article directories, I typically use different services to get this done. One that I've used, I'll call it just article distribution. And with the article distribution, I'll use, there's different services like Article Marketer, which I've used extensively. I've also looked at Content Spooling Network, and there's another one, Unique Article Wizard. And these the quality of the articles for this part of the SEO method doesn't necessarily need to be as good as the e-zine articles, and we use these again. They also link back to the money site with the URL, and then also, where possible, you'll also have it linking through to some of these secondary keywords as well. So they link through to the secondary keywords, and you want to mix it up. Like I said, you don't want to do anything hard and fast. Never want to do anything hard and fast rules. Sometimes you might link to one of these internal pages, another time you'll link to another internal page, and a lot of in some of the other SEO videos we talked about the on-page optimization and the importance of structuring your website so that all the link juice is passed to the appropriate page that you're looking to rank using no-follow tags and things like that. But the way you can structure this is a lot of that juice will end up flowing back up to your money site, which is going to be the primary keyword that you're trying to rank for. So some of these article distribution services, like I mentioned, Content Spooling Network, Article Marketer, Unique Article Wizard, again, the quality of the article doesn't necessarily need to be as strong, so I do look at using, this is really where I use Need an Article, is a good place to get articles written for cheap, and they're not as high quality, but I mean you can get them for about $6 or something like that. Also, another place that I like to do get articles for this is using sometimes I'll get PLR articles, private label rights articles, rewritten for the distribution. Also, what I do is I'll get these articles, because these are quite good quality articles, I'll get them rewritten. There are different services out there to get articles rewritten for distribution on this level. Now, for this level, I usually look at between, I'd say, 20 to 30 articles. So you'll see as we sort of go up this pyramid, more and more links happen at each level. So we're looking at probably about 20 to 30 articles. And obviously all of these things aren't going to happen overnight. You're not going to wake up one morning with 30 articles ready to go, 10 to 15 e-zine articles. Just sort of span it out over time. You might start adding a few articles one week, a few articles the next week, a few articles the next week. E-zine, then for the distribution you might do a few articles each week as well, and just sort of have it almost drip feed. You want to have that natural looking link building. You don't want to bang overnight, have shitloads of links. So that was that level. The next level we'll look at up is using blog networks.